So I wanted to record a video about what it was like for me when I was right out of high school and I was dating a guy who had his Venus in the ninth house. So when I met him in college, he had a girlfriend at the time, and they ended up breaking up. They were in high school, but of course they were already engaged. And then he and I kind of knew each other around school, and he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I said, okay, and things were going pretty well, and he was a pretty nice guy and everything, and, he was really nice to me and everything. And then we were dating he was pretty good, like, he was a pretty nice person and everything like that, and, he would take me out to eat and go to McDonald's and, spend time with me, and he was a nice guy, but he was just rushing the relationship along way too quickly. We were going out for about 2 weeks, and he had already gotten out of an engagement with another girl, and he told me that he loved me and all this stuff. And then one time we were at a restaurant, and we were eating lunch and everything, and he was like crying, and he goes, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and like all this stuff, and he was like really rushing the relationship along really well. And I just felt that he was pushing things like way too fast. Like, he told me, like, two weeks into it, he told me that he wanted to get married to me, and he told me that he wanted to get a ring and everything like that. I just ended up, the relationship didn't last very long. I ended up breaking up with him because he was moving things along way too quickly, and then about a month into the relationship, I ended up, breaking up with him because I didn't really know him that well, and he had just come out of an engagement with a girl he'd been with for like 3 years, and then literally the next day he starts dating me. And then he had this whole big wedding planned, and he was just moving like way too fast for me, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. But that's fine, because a few days later he started dating Kim, and then about a month later he was engaged to Kim. So I don't think I made a bad choice. I mean, he seemed to be doing just fine. So, in addition to my own account, I also wanted to kind of explain astrologically the things about Venus in the ninth house. So there are two parts to it. Venus is the planet of love, and then the ninth house is fantasy and illusion and your wild dreams and what you're enjoying. So if you have Venus there, that means that you really, really enjoy being in a relationship. It means that you tend to, because people that I've noticed with Venus in the ninth house, you tend to really throw yourself like into a relationship, and you meet somebody and you start dating, and then like a week later you're gonna think that this person is the one. Anyway, so that is kind of the astrology behind when people have Venus in their ninth house. And I ended up breaking up with this guy because, he just had, our whole lives planned out and commitment and all this blah, blah, blah. And I was just not into it. Like, I don't really know who this person is very well, so I ended the relationship. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little video about what people are like when they have Venus in the ninth house.